Hi, this is Linda, and I want to walk you through this quick guide on Halloween and safety training ideas. So, every Halloween, you'll see lots of Halloween stores pop up all around. If you happen to go into them after Halloween, there'll be some great sales of things that you can pick up to use in your safety training classes. Halloween stores carry much more than costumes and decorations. They have lots of things that we can use as props in our interactive class activities. And this guide will give you some ideas for hopefully getting some of those things into your safety training classes. So it's not too hard to find rubber hands, balls that look like eyeballs, miniature brains, or other fake body parts. And very often these have fake blood on them in one way or another. There's some fake wounds you can get. There's some really disgusting stuff. I wouldn't go too gory, but there's some things that you can definitely use in your bloodborne pathogen training and in things like first aid training. So just look around with a really inquisitive eye, and some things will jump out at you, and you're likely to get some really good ideas. With the fake blood that you'll see in the stores, you can do a lot of activities with fake blood, such as having it go on top of people's gloves and then see if any gets through when they take their gloves off and see if any blood remains on their hands. Learn how to properly clean up a blood spill. There's really some really interesting things you can do with fake blood. So one of my favorite things to do are with the miniature body parts, and these actually are strangely available year-round sometimes at checkout counters for some inexpensive stores, and not just during Halloween. But with these inexpensive little body parts, you can use them to discuss the effects of hazardous chemicals. You can have them match them up with different areas on a safety data sheet. You can do really a really wide variety of activities with these miniature body parts. So keep your eye out for those as well. One idea for using them is to give a selection of them to a group of trainees and have them put them in order on their table from the body part that would be most affected to the body part that would be least affected. And I'd say try that if you have 5 or 6 different little miniature body parts that you could use with each team. For fake hands, depending on how anatomically correct the hands are, you can do a variety of activities related to gloves, putting them on and taking them off, and also related to ergonomics as well. So back to ergonomics, if you happen to see some inexpensive skeletons, they can also be used to help demonstrate proper movement and improper movement. Sometimes you'll find a full-size skeleton, and even if your budget doesn't allow for that, there's also usually skeletons in a variety of sizes, all the way down to 6 inches. Sometimes they have loops on them so people can hang them on their trees, but you'll find a wide variety of skeletons that can very likely be used when you're doing any kind of training related to body movement. So back to the skeleton body, there's also the hand body, and you'll see on people's lawns sometime if you walk around your neighborhood, you'll see these hands of skeletons sticking out of the grass. So that's just the kind of thing you're going to look for when you're shopping in these stores. Finally, sometimes there's some full-size dummies, or you might find some full-size scarecrows. And these again can help with some PPE demonstrations. It's really up to just your imagination on how you're going to use these full-size bodies. So the ideas you can get from visiting a Halloween store are really only limited by your imagination. You can go in, look around, think about what topics you have coming up, and you're likely going to get some great ideas, probably very inexpensively as well, that you can use to not only get the attention of your trainees, but also help them learn and remember information much longer. So this was a quick overview of some ideas for using Halloween things found in your Halloween store, things you might have around the house in your safety training classes. If you are not already subscribed to the Safety Training Net, please consider subscribing to get more ideas to make your safety training better and more resources. The code is at the bottom if you scan that with your camera, and also the sign-up link. Thanks again, and have a great Halloween.